Hi guys, Lynette here, aka London Makeup Artistry, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. So today marks episode 3 of my Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette. So I'm doing a series. I have 4 of the Juvia's Place palettes: the Nubian palette, the Nubian2 palette, the Masquerade palette, and the Saharan palette. And she has since released 2 more palettes, the Magic palette and the Zulu palette, which I haven't gotten my hands on either one of those yet. This one is going to be the Nubian2 palette. The first one in the series that I'm doing is the Saharan palette, and I will link that here in this video, and I will link it in the description box below as well. And that was number 1. I did a look with that palette, and so today I did a look with the Nubian2 palette, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. And this is what the palette looks like. It's really a neutral palette, I would say, with pops of color, the blue, the greens, the different golds, and the copper, and this pretty like cranberry color here. So you could definitely do an understated palette. I believe an understated look. I believe in the Saharan video I said you could primarily do, I guess, atypical colorful looks, and you can do that with all of the palettes, just about all of the palettes, but you don't necessarily have to do that with all of the palettes. She does always seem to include enough shades like this and different browns and some golds where you don't have to do full out color if you don't want to. And if you like color, then you will love these palettes because she's got some really colorful ones. The Masquerade palette being one of them, but again, there's some neutral shades in that. And so I like the Juvia's Place palettes, and I just got this one, and so I'm filming this out of order because I really wanted to use this palette. I was excited to use this palette today. So this is what I did. Now, I did make a mistake. The point of these tutorials is to, of course, show you a look that you can do with all the palettes, using only the palette, to do a complete full look using just the palette. But I messed up today. Don't kill me. I know, it's my first series and I already screwed it up. But I did use one other shadow, not in this palette. I used this NYX shadow, which is a neutral color shadow, Blame It on Midnight. And if you've been here before and you've seen my other makeup tutorials, you know I use this shadow in every single eyeshadow look. So I was really just on automatic pilot. I use a concealer to prime my eyes, and then I always use this to set the concealer, and I use it as my underbrow highlight, and I was just on automatic pilot and I just did it. And I think I was a quarter of the way in the video before I realized maybe halfway through the video when I realized I wasn't supposed to do that. So yeah, I goofed. Sorry, but I'm going to try and be more mindful of that in the next tutorial that I do with the Masquerade palette, which is going to be a little more difficult because that palette is a lot more colorful, but I can do it. All right, so if you like these kinds of videos, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, so that you can see more videos like this and other videos centered around makeup and tutorials and hauls and reviews and that kind of thing. I upload a new video every week. Okay? All right, so enough chit chat. And if you'd like to see how I did this look today using the Nubian2 palette, then keep on watching. Okay, so I'm starting off with LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in the color Fawn, and I use that as my eye primer, and I'm taking a Real Techniques brush and I'm blending that out. Now, I went wrong here because I used the NYX Blame It on Midnight eyeshadow. You've seen this in all my tutorials. I was on autopilot and I forgot I was not supposed to be using this, so my bad. Now I'm going in with Morocco, and I'm going to put that high up in the crease and in the crease to warm it up. And I'm using this as a transition shade. This is Jezebel, which is a nice purplish, it's a purple color. I would say it's purple, right? A purple wine color, and I'm putting that a little lower in the crease. Going back in with Morocco, and I'm just blending out the edges. Now this is Nairobi, which is a pretty gold shimmer shade, and I'm going to put that about halfway, a third to halfway on the lid, and I'm patting that onto the lid and using swiping motions as well. And this is one of my Urban Decay brushes from one of the Naked palettes. And now back in with Jezebel with no extra product on the brush to blend that out. Now I'm going in with Nefertiti, which is really almost the same color as Nairobi. It's just a little, just a tad deeper. And I decided that I like this color better, so I'm just going over that first color, that Nairobi that I used earlier, and I'm putting this 3/4 of the way on the lid, and then back in with that same E40 brush with no added product on it. And now I'm going in with Leyla, and I'm placing that on the outer V, and I'm blending it onto the lid as well. And I'm just going back and forth, blending that out. I'm also going into the crease with it, just halfway into the crease. And now back in with Nefertiti, because all of that blending blends out some of the lid color. So I want to go back in there and make sure it's intense. Then back in with Jezebel, and then Morocco. Want to make sure Morocco shows up and to blend out the edges of Jezebel. And then with all that blending, back in with the lid color. And then finally the Blame It On Midnight color as my underbrow highlight, and to blend out those colors in the crease. Now I'm going in with my NYX Wonder Pencil. Off camera, I finished my makeup, did my eyebrows. I applied the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I didn't realize I was not filming. And now I'm going back in with Morocco, and pretty much I'm going to do just about everything I did on my lid under the eye, and I'm taking that color and I'm blending it out all across the lower lash line. And then back in with Jezebel, and I'm going to blend that on the lower lash line as well, and I'm using the same pencil brush that I used to place that Morocco. And then I'm going to go in with Leyla again, and this is a Wayne Goss brush. It was included in an eyebrow brush kit, and I don't know what it's supposed to be used for, but I found that it is perfect for stamping on color on the lower lash line. So that's what I use it for, and it's a really stiff brush, and I love it for this purpose. And these are the eyes completed. Well, not completed exactly. Not yet. I have to do my inner corner highlight. And I started with Nairobi, which is what I originally put on my lid. And then I decided that I didn't want to go so gold. I wanted to go brighter. So I went into Zuri, and which is like a sort of champagne color. And I placed that over that Nairobi. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame here. And that's ultimately what I used for my inner corner highlight. And now the eyes are finished. All right, now time to finish the look with my lipstick. And I'm going to go in with my lip liner today. I already put my, I already applied my lip balm. And I'm going in with my trusty, you know what it is, Chestnut lip liner by MAC. All right, and now for the lip color, and that's going to be Milani number 61, Matte Naked. Oh, Matte Naked. And this is a perfect nude. It's a pinky nude. Milani makes some of my favorite matte lipsticks. All right, and then we're going to top that off with another Milani product. This tutorial, this video is not sponsored by Milani. Milani does not know who I am, nor do they give two shits about me, okay? This is Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss. This is the number 3 Luminous, and that is what it looks like. And it looks like a rose gold sparkle. And that's it. I don't know if you heard that. That was my stomach. I got a lot going on today. So that's it. That completes the look. That's it for the Nubian2. This will be number 3 in the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette series. Thank you for joining me today. If you saw anything you liked in this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing so that you can continue to see what's next in the series. I will be doing the Nubian palette, the original, the very first Juvia's Place palette, in the next episode. So I hope to see you then. Until then, bye-bye.